What was it like handling some of the big characters at PSG, like a Zlatan? Is it true there was a box being kicked around?
Yeah, I remember it well. When Zlatan signed in the summer, so the first 6 months that we were there, he wasn't there, so he came in the summer. And when there was the rumour going around the club that he's potentially coming, you know, it was a bit of a oh wow moment, because this is a player that carried a reputation, for sure.
Difficult reputation.
Yeah, I think so. You know, from what I read and what I saw, and even some of the video clips that were out there of some of the stuff that he was involved in, both on the training field and also in games as well, I thought this is going to be a big challenge for all our management skills. But I couldn't have been so wrong. I couldn't have been so wrong. He was a fantastic player and a fantastic character as well. And when we talk about leaders and charisma in the dressing room, out of all the players that I've worked with, no one would have had any more than him. I've never seen a player in all my career demand so much of his teammates. So he was a leader on the pitch that you as a manager really looked up to and respected. He's the kind of player that if you were going to war, you'd want him right next to you. Serial winner wherever he's been. Interesting that now he stayed at Galaxy because he felt last year he didn't lead his team to win anything. So I'm staying, and he did it every year going back years, didn't he? All the clubs that he's been at. I also have a recollection of him when he went away with the Swedish national team. He scored the incredible 4 goals against England, including the
Joe Hart came rushing out.
The bicycle kick volley, and when he came back, he was obviously a big spring in his step. And me being the only Englishman there, had a joke with me, and I said to him, that he'd played the England reserve team that night because they made a lot of changes and were not at full strength. But we laughed. And then that day in training, he had come back early from international, so it wasn't the full quota of players. We had a small group. I remember working that day. I think it was 10 outfield players and a couple of goalkeepers. I never will forget, it is the most outstanding individual performance in training, in a training session, I've ever seen in my life. He was like a man possessed. It could have been a Champions League final out there, the 10 players and the 2 goalkeepers, the way he trained from start to finish and all the little exercises. And he scored a bicycle kick into, we were playing a small game, 5 against 5 with 4 mini goals, and one team shot into 2 mini goals at one end and one only on a small pitch. But he scored a bicycle kick, maybe even more difficult than one he scored against England, because it was on a tight pitch in tiny little goals.
Yeah.
And I was refereeing the game, and it was like when he did it, I kind of shouted out, "Oh my God, he's done it! He's done it again!" And since he left, I had a message with him a couple of years ago and just said to him, Zlatan, I still remember the training that day after you'd returned from international break, where you scored the overhead kick in the mini goal, and he sent one back. He said, "I remember like it was yesterday." So really, really amazing talent.